getting to Belgium, so Belgium is also having some new requirements that are coming up in 2026 and so on. So there has been already a certified cash register system, just like how we have seen in Germany, but it is not applicable for all the businesses that are having POS system, but specific sectors like restaurants, bars, and hotels with annual revenue about 25,000 euros uh, have to do this particular physicalization law in Belgium. So there is no specific format. When we say there is no specific format, in this case, the uh, every document is stored in an encrypted format by the government. So it is not a human readable format like PDF, XML, or anything like that, but it gets stored in a particular format inside the device. But that specific format is not publicly disclosed by the authority, which is FPS Finances in Belgium, that is overseeing this. So in Belgium, you have to store or archive all the details for 7 years, and it can't be stored outside because how this regulation is that on your cash register system there will be three modules. One is your cash register, one is FDM module or the black box, which is physical data control module, which stores all the data. So this is more like a storage device that is tamper proof. And there would be another module into that, that is VSC or VAT signing card. This particular VAT signing card is the one which activates this black box and does the signing. So every data that is stored in the black box is signed using this VSC over here, and it gets stored over here. So in case of any tax inspection or anything like that, they will be connecting directly to this black box available in your cash register. That's why it can't be stored anywhere outside. It has to be stored physically in that establishment itself, and there is no transmission to any particular cloud or anything like that. So everything needs to be stored in locally in your system. And for non-compliance, the fines can range from 250 euros to 1 million euros for different kinds of non-compliances. And as I mentioned, this has been already in place from 2016 onwards. So if you have any business, if you are going to start any new business in any of these sectors, then you have to be aware of this Belgian physicalization law that has been already in place. And now we have two more e-invoicing requirements in Belgium. One is for the B2G or business to government transactions, and for the other one for B2B. So for Belgium, for B2G transactions, if your contract value, if your public contract value is more than 215,000 euros, then that contract has to be part of Belgium e-invoicing from November 2022 onwards itself. And from any contract that has been above 30,000 euros was applicable from May 2023, and for all other contracts has been part of this Belgium e-invoicing, B2G e-invoicing from November 2023. And the format was PEPOL format. So PEPOL XML formats were used to transfer the information. So here also you have to store it for 7 years, all the documents that you have generated in its PEPOL format itself. And you can store it abroad, there is no issue with that. And when you have to issue through this portal is when the invoice is issued. So when you issue the invoice, at that point of time itself you have to create the invoice in a PEPOL format through your ERP and submit it to the portal that we have mentioned over here. So through this portal you have to submit this particular invoice to this public authorities in Belgium. So in case if you don't send it in a compliant format, your invoice will be rejected, and thus there would be late payments and so on. So there is no specific penalty in case of over here, but there would be penalty in case if you don't follow the invoicing standards or the invoicing laws as per that country. So as per Belgium, there would be already VAT laws and things like that. So if you don't follow that particular law, then you will be penalized according to that law. So for example, if you give a wrong VAT rate or anything like that, then it will be penalized according to that VAT law and not as per this e-invoicing. So when we say there is no penalty for that, you have to keep this in mind that if any other law has is in place in order to stop it, then it will be penalized according to that law. And for Belgium, there is a B2B e-invoicing as well coming in 2026. So you have to be prepared for that. So all business that are VAT registered has to do a B2G e-invoicing will be mandatory for them. Just like how we discussed in Germany, all the B2B transactions will be through PayPal network itself. So PayPal BIS billing 3.0 will be the format that will be used, and it is being implemented by the Belgian tax authority in Belgium right now. So the regulations and everything has been released. So make sure that you have your system, be it SAP, Oracle, or any such ERP, being ready with these regulations. And you have to store the data for 7 years over here as well, and you know you can store it in cloud, and the transmission is in real time. So when you issue the invoice, it should go through this platform. And the penalties right now are 200 percentage of the VAT that is part of that particular transaction, or 50 to 5,000 euros in penalty. And this invoices has to be sent through the PayPal network itself.